Hey folks, welcome back, and if you're new here, welcome for the first time. My name is Danae, and on this channel I like to teach folks all about the edible medicinal plants found growing right in your own backyard. If you've watched any of my most popular content on this channel, you may already know that dandelions are edible, but do you know how to make them taste delicious? Well, you're in luck, because today I'm going to show you how to turn your backyard weeds into gourmet treats. We'll look at how to make a dandelion stir fry out of dandelion roots. We'll also look at how to make dandelion honey. And then finally, we'll do one of my favorite seasonal treats, dandelion fritters. These are not only fun snacks for adventurous eaters, but they are great conversation starters and an excellent way to get kids interested and excited about foraging themselves. Now, I also want to mention that I do have a whole playlist dedicated to just dandelion. So if you are completely new to using dandelion as a food or as medicine, I have videos dedicated to learning how to identify and harvest dandelion, how to use it to make things like teas, tinctures, and decoctions, and lots of facts about their nutritional benefits, and even a video covering how to make a roasted dandelion coffee substitute. So if any of those are of interest to you, feel free to check out that playlist right up here. Also, this video is split into chapters, so if there is any meal or recipe that interests you in particular, you can skip right to that section to save a little time. All right, let's get started. Okay, so this is my dandelion bed. And yes, you heard that right, I do intentionally grow dandelion in my garden. A raised bed makes it much easier to harvest the roots, as the ground is much less compact, and I can avoid tearing up my lawn this way. A spade helps to loosen the roots while getting deep down so you can get as much of the roots as possible, then we're just knocking off as much dirt as we can. Dandelion roots come in all shapes and sizes, some with long single tap roots, while others may fork and branch. So when cooking with dandelion roots, you should expect to dedicate most of your time to food prep. In fact, I would say about 80% of the time spent cooking with dandelion is just harvesting and washing. We start with our initial wash outside in a bucket or a large container, using water to knock out as much of the soil from the roots as possible. As I rinse, I'm going to separate the greens from the roots. These greens are already a little later in the season than I'd like for eating. Once they start to flower, the greens turn more bitter. So we're going to add them to a bucket to make a compost tea fertilizer with the tops. This is rinse number 2 with just the roots, and after this we'll be ready to bring these inside for the third and final wash to make them ready for cooking. So you can cook dandelion roots like any root vegetable. Think of carrots or parsnips or radishes. Do you like them boiled, roasted, sautéed, fermented? You can do the same with dandelion roots. These look a little hairy, don't they? Well, those are actually the finer roots that do most of the heavy work of absorbing water and nutrients, while the central root stores energy to keep the plants alive through winter. If you've ever harvested carrots, you'll see the same feature. I like to remove the fine hairs as much as possible, either with my fingers or with a veggie scrubbing brush. If you see dark spots and nodes on your roots, as long as they don't have any dirt in them, discoloration is normal. Remember, these are natural foods, not ones bred and modified to look consistent like store-bought veggies. Pro tip, split the roots apart at forks so you can get the dirt in between them, because nobody wants gritty dandelion roots. You can arrange these by size. The larger ones are great for stir fries, while the smaller pieces I'll probably chop up either to make more dandelion coffee or to dry and use in teas later. Okay, time to make our stir fry. Like I mentioned before, we are treating our dandelion root like any root vegetable. This fried rice recipe has become a staple in our home. A combination of finely chopped veggies like onions, carrots, cabbage, and yes, even sometimes dandelion go perfect in this recipe. This is a cheap, healthy, and affordable meal that I make in bulk for lunches during the week. I like to add pork or chicken as my protein, but this is totally optional. And of course, season your own fried rice to your particular taste preferences. I'm adding paprika, salt, pepper, and even some dried dandelion leaves sprinkled in for nutrients. Okay, so that's one way to cook dandelion roots. Now let's look at what you can do with the flowers.
I just wanna go out and walk with you. Baby, you know I just like to talk with you. You don't have to tell me anything that's new. I just wanna go out and walk with you.
Like cooking dandelion roots, there's a fair amount of prep that goes into making dandelion honey. For this recipe, we will need 4 cups of dandelion petals.
Sailing over pavement with our 2 albums.
I like to collect the heads quickly in a bucket and then immediately get to work separating the petals from the sepals. The sepals are the green part right underneath the dandelion petals. We want as little of the sepals as possible when making our dandelion honey, as they will make the honey more bitter and may also affect the color. Once we have 4 cups of petals, we're going to place them in a mason jar and add 4 cups of boiling hot water.
I just wanna see the same things you can see.
Stir to submerge the petals and let sit overnight for at least 24 hours. Dandelion honey is full of dandelion pollen and can be useful for allergies. And technically, as my husband points out, it's more of a syrup than a true honey. However, it's often called honey in recipes because of the honey-like color. I squeezed out about 3 cups of dandelion petal brew, so we're going to match that 1-to-1 with cups of sugar. Add 2 tablespoons of freshly squeezed lemon for flavor and for color preservation.
Baby, you know I just like to talk with you.
Similar to making maple syrup, we're going to boil this mixture until it reaches the appropriate consistency. If you can get this mixture to just below half of its original volume in the pan, that will get you to a syrupy consistency. Allow it to cool, as it will be more runny while it's still hot. Just look at that beautiful amber color.
I just wanna go out on a walk with you.
Dandelion honey goes great on garlic flavored bread, teas, or wherever you like a touch of sweetness.
Baby, you know I just like to talk with you. I just wanna go out on a walk with you. Baby, you know I just like to talk.
Now for one of my favorite dandelion recipes, dandelion fritters. This is so easy to make and it makes great lunches and snacks. And unlike making dandelion honey, you do not need to do the work of separating the petals from the sepals. Whole, washed dandelion heads are what you want. Coat your dandelion heads in egg, then add to a container to cover them in breadcrumbs of your choice. This time around, I also added a little Parmesan cheese for an extra punch of flavor. Then it's so simple, just throw them on a hot skillet. Make sure the skillet is large enough that you can give each individual piece space so that they cook evenly and don't clump together. In about 7 minutes on medium heat, the outside should be crispy and medium brown. So there you have it, folks. 3 ways I like to cook with dandelion. What are your favorite ways? Please share in the comments. I am always looking for new ways to enjoy one of my favorite plants. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon.